let's go. It really thinks in the start, but once it gets up to 10 miles an hour, that's it, you're going. And let's step on it. This Camry also holds the road well. The steering is great, it's responsive. I don't feel any body roll. As you can see, we took that corner back there at almost 50 miles an hour, 47, 48. That's what the Alfa Romeo Giulia did. So talking about its capabilities, I think the Camry is very capable, specifically this one. Hello there, folks. Today we are driving the 2024 Toyota Camry SE Hybrid with the Nightshade package. I've been driving this car for this whole week, and I'm very excited to share my impressions with you about this Camry. Let's get her started up and go take a look outside. The Nightshade edition comes with this cool blue hue on the badge. We also have that lower diffuser. I think it looks really good. It has the mud guards. But my favorite part about this Camry, the rims. I think they totally finished the look of the car. While I'm not a huge fan of the design of the Camrys in general, I think this is the most beautiful Camry that I've seen. And I have to thank these beautiful bronze rims. My first car that I drove to high school was a Camry V6, so this was also a great way to compare them and see how technology has changed over the years. But let's take a look at the back seat and see how it is. The one thing that really made me happy about this Camry are the seats and this material. This is actually incredible quality material. It always feels warm and it's never ice cold. Even when the car is sitting outside for an extended period of time overnight and it's freezing, you get into these seats and you're not cold. Your back is not cold at all. The seats are super comfortable in the back. I'm 6'2". I have plenty of headroom, plenty of legroom. The materials here are in some places to the firmer side, but they are good durable materials which will serve over a long period of time. We've got the cup holders here, the pockets. I do wish that they added some vents in the back. That is my only desire here. Let's go look at the trunk. As you can see, we also have the blacked out SE badge here. And we have a fairly proper size trunk. Like, it's a big trunk that can fit a lot of stuff. Let's go look at the engine bay now. This is the 2.5 liter engine with the electric motor, and as far as I recall, it pumps out 208 horsepower, but this car feels much quicker than 208 horsepower. And in actual everyday driving, it feels quicker to me than the V6 does. I've not Dragy timed this car yet. I have no idea what the 0 to 60 or the quarter mile times are, but that's what we're going to try and find out today throughout our test drive. So getting into the cabin, I'm greeted to very good supportive seats. I think these are one of my favorite seats in the midsize class overall. They have a very nice structure to them, great support. They're not tight, they're the perfect width. I think Toyota's done an excellent job. We have the standard Toyota infotainment, Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We have some apps. And one more thing, when you click apps and it starts trying to download them, you will constantly get an error saying application cannot be downloaded like every minute. It's very annoying. So the way that you get rid of it is you go to setup, and then you can go to general, scroll down, and it will say delete personal data. So click that and it will not come up again and you'll be good. We have the Apple CarPlay. The touchscreen, it's not bad. It's not a bad screen, although the resolution is so-so. It could be better. I do wish that they made a bigger screen. As far as the materials, everything here is soft. I love the beautiful stitching. The materials feel good here, also soft here. I like these materials. Automatic windows. The manual in the glove box. We have a lot of USB ports in this car. 1, 2, 3. We also have the visor extensions as well. I think that is really cool. The glasses holder and our lights. And the SOS button as well. One more thing I've noticed, that this car does not have the auto dimming mirror or the side mirrors or the blind spot. So it is very difficult to drive at night. So window tints are a must on this car. We also have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist. In the adaptive cruise works great. I loved using it. We have the EV mode, the auto hold, and 3 different modes: eco, normal, and sport. And the automatic parking brake that disables when you put the car in drive. So far, I've gotten super good gas mileage. I'm averaging anywhere between 40 to 65 miles per gallon, depending on which mode I use and how I drive. But even with aggressive driving and quick accelerations, I'm still in the 40s, which is amazing. We have the tire pressure monitor. Not every luxury car has that feature. We have the energy monitor, and as you can see, my average right now is 40.3. But let's check out the backup camera and start going on our test drive. We'll also do a wiper test and a horn test. The camera is not bad. It's a decent resolution. I wish it had the lines that turn. Wipers are good, they clean well. I like the look of them. Okay. And we will start out in normal mode, and then we will go to sport, and we will try eco. So with lower speeds, it's very quiet. And when you're not adding a lot of throttle, it's very seamless. I almost never have to use sport mode, and throughout the whole week of me driving this car, not a single time have I felt that this is not enough power for me. I have had no issue merging, accelerating, or doing anything that I want to do with this power. But look at this. Look at how quickly it builds speed.
Red light camera reported ahead.
I like how instant this throttle is as well. It's very responsive. But let's go to sport and see how she can take those corners. The Turanza tires that are on this Camry, that's what I believe they are called, are great. I've not had any wheel spin issues in the rain. All right, excellent cornering, excellent cornering. Wow. And let's step on it. So as you can see, power here is not a problem. And this has to be my favorite CVT of any car that I've driven. It's just so perfected. What a perfect transmission. A lot of people complain that they don't like the sound of the CVT or how they feel, but this CVT, it's flawless. It's exactly on spot all the time and knows what you want to do. It's got excellent feedback, just a little bit of the gas, and the car is ready to go. And if I add in just a little bit of throttle, I'm comfortably getting up to speed. And if I need to go faster, we add in the throttle and we go. But let's head back to normal mode. As far as the wind noise and the road noise, for this class, I have to give this an A rating. I've driven this car on extensive road trips at pretty decent speeds, and I have to say, overall the cabin is very quiet. You can hear a little bit of the road noise, wind noise, but again, for this kind of car and this price of $31,000, I think it's really good. Solid soundproofing. This Camry also holds the road well. The steering is great, it's responsive. I don't feel any body roll. As you can see, we took that corner back there at almost 50 miles an hour, 47, 48. That's what the Alfa Romeo Giulia did. So talking about its capabilities, I think the Camry is very capable, specifically this one, with these wheels and this setup. I've driven the base 2.5 and I did not really like it too much. Just not my type of car, not my cup of tea. It's got way worse response. It's not as instant, not even close. It's definitely slower than this. But as somebody who likes to drive fast cars, and I've driven cars with over 1,000 horsepower, this feels great to me on the power. Like, I have had no issue performing any maneuver that I want on this car. Would it be great to have another 50 horsepower? Why not? But do I need these 50 horsepower? Absolutely not. Because this, look, it's effortless. The speedometer is also very accurate in this car, so if it's 88, you're gonna see 88 on the GPS. And these seats, I've driven in them for over 4 hours, and my back was not tired at all. There's also a $900 package that you can get on the SE, which will add the blind spot. And I would definitely say go for that. Very good option. I've kind of missed using the blind spot feature. Luckily, the visibility here is solid. So even without the blind spot monitoring system, you can still see everything around you with ease. We got the dual zone climate. I've never felt too hot or too cold in this car. Just put it at 70 and it does the job. We also have automatic high beams. And let's go to eco mode and try the difference with eco. See what that does. This is eco mode. The pedal is very dumbed down, and as you can see, it's also sending the charge to the battery, even in eco mode. We're almost at a full battery.
Red light camera reported ahead.
If you drive this Camry normally, without trying to race all the time, it's incredibly quiet. You don't hear the engine whatsoever. And at lower speeds, and I believe even up to 50 or 60 miles an hour, I was able to just drive on EV mode, just on the electric motor. And compared to even the V6 Camry, this Camry is quieter. It's quieter than both the 2.5, just the regular 2.5, or the 3.5. In normal driving, of course. If we're talking about full throttle, then this will make a little buzzing sound. But this CVT, it does what a CVT is meant to do. It keeps the red line. It doesn't imitate or have these gimmicky shifts like Nissan does or Subaru. I don't understand, why would you want to make a CVT that doesn't work like a CVT? The whole point of a CVT is to have a transmission that does not shift. Yet here they are creating fake shifts, which kill the acceleration time. And that's not why you get a CVT. But luckily Toyota understands that. I know this is going to be uphill, but just for the giggles, let's do the first 0 to 60 test. Uphill. As you can see, we're easily leaving the traffic behind. Excellent. Now let's see our results. So we did 0 to 60 in 8.32 seconds uphill, 1.47%, and the 0 to 100 came at 8.69. 1/8 mile at 10:59 at 69.8, and the quarter mile at 16.12 at 89.64. Again, uphill times, definitely not the best times that we could have gotten, and that's okay, because we will do some more 0 to 60 right down here. So this road actually has a little bit of a negative slope, and the times should be better for sure. So with this road segment, I would make a correction of about like maybe 0.5 mile per hour, 1 mile per hour. In some cases, actually, I've gone exactly the same times here versus a perfectly straight road. So I use this as like a good benchmark. So let's reset the Dragy. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It really thinks in the start, but once it gets up to 10 miles an hour, that's it, you're going. Let's see the times.
Red light camera reporting
So we
ahead.
did 0 to 60 in 7.73 seconds. 0 to 100 came at 0 to 100 kilometers came at 8.11, and 1/8 mile came at 10.3 at 72.51, and the quarter mile 15.69 at 91.67. But let's do one more 0 to 60. It feels much quicker than the time suggests. So in this time we did again 7.73, and the 0 to 62 came in at 8.11, and the quarter mile, the 1/8 mile came at 10.3, at 10.31, at 72.39. As you remember from my tests previously, this is very close to the Camry V6, at least to the 1/8 mile, because there the trap speed was like 73 or something like that, and here it's 72. So 1 mile per hour difference, and I mean, not really any major difference, especially given the fact that this car thinks for like half a second when it starts to roll, and then it kicks in. So if we were going to take like a 20 to 60, their times would probably be identical, and maybe this car would even do better than the V6. Because when you're going 20, 30 and you gun it, it's so good an instant. It just like rockets out like that. The back road handling is great. There's no body roll. The brakes feel solid, you know, throughout all my driving and the slowdowns that I had to do. The brakes have shown no sign of fade. They're always on point. Excellent feedback from them. And the way it just carries its weight into the corners, I like it. Honestly, this is one of the most fun to drive mid-size sedans that I've ever come across. And I feel like this car has more daily usable power than per se Altima Turbo or a Camry V6 or any of those cars. It's the electric torque and the instant acceleration is what really causes this feeling. And you can go virtually almost 600 miles on a single tank, and it's only 12 gallons. I've taken this car all the way to empty, like pretty much to empty, and I only put in 12 gallons to get it to full, and that can give you 600 miles. I have to say, I love it. It's a great car, drives beautifully, excellent response, quiet cabin.
Red light camera reported ahead.
This is actually an excellent car for a beginner driver. So if somebody's learning to drive and is going to be their first car, I think this is really the golden middle that you can get. It's fast enough to get you out of any situation that you need to, but it's not that fast to get you into much trouble. So it's really a great middle for a beginner driver or somebody who does Uber or does a lot of medical device transportation and racks up a lot of miles. These are really perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I would love to hear your feedback about this Nightshade hybrid Camry. Let me know down in the comments below. Smash that like and subscribe button, and until next time.